Well, hello and welcome back to another episode of 0 to 60. Today is Diff Day. Now, if you've been following along on the 335 build, especially recently, we've been trying to get these lovely, in sarcastic quotation marks, AliExpress brakes fitted. Now, you would have known that the brackets they supplied for the rear calipers have not been made properly. Now, it was a massive process to try and explain to them last week that the brackets didn't fit. And on Wednesday, they actually sent me a message saying, we've got the new brackets made up, the correct ones, and they'll be ready to go. Now, they sent me a picture of them, and I looked at them and I said, well, they don't look correct. So I asked to get all of the dimensions on the brackets before they ship them. And out of the three issues I told them about last week, they only actually fixed one of the problems. So the second set of brackets they'd had made won't fit. It was an embarrassing amount of time yesterday trying to organise to get the ones made correctly, like nearly 5 hours of messages backwards and forwards to get them to understand what they need to do. Very, very frustrating. I'm not happy with it. But yeah, we've got to wait another 4 or 5 days now for them to make the third set of rear brackets. I can definitely confirm the guys on AliExpress do not have fitment information for the E92s. So that's going to be another week or so before we get those brackets. I'll keep you guys in the loop once it happens. But today's episode is about the rear diffs. So my car is a late 07 335 Autospastic, and that means it's got the small housing open diff. Yeah, and it looks pretty small. Now, because of that, it means I was able to buy this relatively cheap diff, which has come out of a, I think it was an 08 130, I think. Basically, it's the same housing diff, but it does have a different output or input, I should say, input flange. And the reason I went for this one, inside there is an MFactory 1.5 way properly clutched diff. And it should really help my acceleration. Now, I'm gonna try and be lazy or efficient maybe. I'm gonna try and get the diff out without dropping the exhaust down. But the reason I don't want to rush to drop it down, this exhaust has been on here for a while. When I got this car, this fitting or connection right here was actually leaking quite bad. And it took a fair bit of messing around with it to get it to seal. Now it's sealed, I don't really want to disturb it if I don't have to. I mean, I know it should slide off and slide in, but it's just all a bit manky, and if I can get away without disturbing it, I will. And actually these ones are also crappy as well. But yeah, I'm gonna try and get it out. So to get it out, we've got to undo both of the axles. That should be pretty straightforward. Undo the input nut right there, which I have a tool somewhere. I'll show you guys in a second. Anyway, I have a tool which I've made fit. And yeah, then it's just the mounting bolts up there, which GoPro's probably not even showing, but just up there as well. So I'm gonna get cracking on that. Oh, and there's one at the back, of course. Yeah, we'll see if we can get it out without taking the exhaust off. So I just thought I'd show you that. I haven't actually done one of these before, so I thought I'd just have a crack at it first. But yeah, we basically have a 50mm nut going out of the diff, and then the threads that go into the drive shaft there. And it's a bit tight, but it seems to be working its way out with the breaker bar. So I'll keep cracking on that, and then we'll get on to undoing the other ones. Okay, it is out, I should say. Now, I didn't film it because I ended up having to drop the car down to support the diff with the jack, and it was all just me flopping around on the floor, and you wouldn't be able to see much anyway. But tips if you're going to do this yourself, these two bolts were a bit of a nightmare to get out, and it's because I undid the rear bolt first, and I guess it was just putting tension on them, so it was a matter of I couldn't unscrew them by hand. I had to use a spanner all the way out to get them out. However, once they were out, I also did struggle a bit to get the diff down between the two exhausts. It needed to come down on an angle and then sort of like that, which was just too hard to do with the jack, so I basically just got underneath it, laid underneath, and she come out within about 10 seconds. So that is my original diff. These marks here where I was levering it to try and get it to come down, but it was just because it was on the jack. So I guess it's a matter of cracking it open. I might drain the oil first, probably a smart idea. Then we'll crack it open and get on to swapping the centers over. Okay, so I've never actually drained the Diff oil, but we'll undo this plug. We might have to tip it up to get it to come out, because that's pretty much the fill plug as well. See if it undoes. Nope, you're gonna need a ratchet or a lever. It is just a 14mm Allen key. That got it. Let's see how much mess we make. I always love the smell of Diff Oil, not. Okay, that was the fill plug. Oh, sulfur, whatever the hell it is. All right, let's see if we can drain it out without making too much mess. Not fresh oil. Ugh. But not too bad. Definitely seen worse diffs. All right. So I got most of the oil out of my diff. I'm going to take both housings off, just make sure it does look like they're going to be able to be swapped over, but I'm pretty confident they're going to be. There's no visual differences between the two housings, just the input flange is different, that's all. So anyway, let's get these two covers off. Whee. Hey, there it is. Okay, so we've got the two covers off. Wouldn't it be hilarious if it was an LSD? It is not. Okay. Damn. It's black. So that's my diff cover, and that's the one that come on the car. Yeah, you can see there's a lot of build-up of metally bits. All right, I'll bring you down so you can have a squiz. So we've got the MFactory LSD, and then we've got my open diff in there. So I need to get the output shafts out, get the diff centers out, and swap my ring gear onto this diff center. We get on with it. So I'm going to tap the output shafts out. Hopefully they come out pretty easy. So that one has. Do this one. That one. I can sit back down. Keep those to the side. Hopefully we're not going to make any oil mess. Put that one back down. Tap these out. Now, of course, this diff's been changed before, so it's probably not too bad, but my one has not. We'll see if they come out. Bit more force needed, but she come out. As did the seal. Oh no, that one's those they did as well. All right. Now I haven't bought a diff kit, or I haven't got any seals or anything, so hopefully everything looks okay. Ta-da! That one goes on that side. Seals do look good on my diff. They don't look good on the other diff. Cool. Okay, so quite a lot of time has passed, and that's because in that last segment you might have noticed that I said I hadn't bought axle seals. Now, I've never actually done a diff on a BMW before at all, and I've just disassembled that one, but as I did, there was no way I could get the diff seals out without completely manging them up. So what I ended up doing, I've actually ordered 2 new diff seals locally, and I will be able to have those tomorrow morning at 9 AM. And now that I know how to disassemble a diff, I'll do it on camera. One thing that was a bit weird, now I don't know if that's because this diff has been rebuilt with the center change, but these circlips are monsters. They were a bit of a pain in the ass to get out. I actually needed David's hand. That was a 2-man job. Anyway, let's get on with getting this diff center out. So I did actually try getting the diff seals out, levering them, but there was no way I could get any decent leverage onto these seals. There may be a proper tool to do it, but I've ended up just using a seal and, well, seal/bearing puller, which does the job. Although it's going to unthread in a moment. There we go. So we'll clamp that one on there, and we'll give it a pull. Sure she's still tight. So you can see why it damages the seals. It's quite a lot of force needed to get them off. That's that one. And the actual spring. Slightly different setup on this diff compared to the MFactory, which is slightly concerning. Hopefully it'll still work. Very concerning, actually. Actually, while we're here, we might as well do that circlip, which I do need your lovely assistance for, Dave.
I get like the perfect grip.
Yeah. There we go. Hey, oh. Twang. Professionals. It's so much easier with two people. Well, I couldn't do it on my own. I'll flip this over now. Ugh, making a mess.
At least it smells nice.
Oh, it's worse smell, Diff Oil. Let's have a crack at getting this one. All right. That one is out too. They didn't seem to misshape as much as the other ones. In fact, if I hadn't gone and just rushed and... Oh no, that one's pretty knackered. Don't worry. Don't mind me. All right, circlip time again.
Okay.
That's come straight out.
It's a bit nicer out.
Hey, quang. Do they feel different to those aftermarket ones?
There is a little bit less force required to close them up.
Yeah. They are the same thickness though.
Yeah, there's still a lot of force on them, but not quite like those ones.
So this is different to that one, which might be a bad thing. Oh, ow. Anyway, the bearing came out.
Yeah.
And then it fell back down. Oh fuck, it's so slippery. What I need to do, that bearing's now wedged. Oh, you fucking thing. We'll update you guys once we've got it out. All right, so we got the diff center out of my original casing. I've given this a good clean. Oh, I have flattened a GoPro battery. That's how long today has taken me. And it's not necessarily been because of the diff. There's just been a few other issues that I had to attend to, so I couldn't spend much time on this. However, to give you guys an update, and I'm not sure exactly what just got filmed on that GoPro. Hopefully it makes sense, but I have my diff center out. It came out all right. I have cleaned my diff housing. I've also cleaned the back case. It was just filthy. There was so much metal contaminants in there. She's actually come up pretty nice now. Now, basically all I've got to do, I've got to swap my ring gear onto the MFactory diff center. God, there's oil pouring out of everything. Onto that diff center, and then I should be able to fit that into my diff housing, and we should be good to go once I've got those diff seals. Now, I did want to ask, if anyone has done this before, the MFactory diff has a different style of bearing. It's got the tapered bearing versus this bearing, which was on my original diff. Now, I'm not sure if these need shims. I know that some people sell shims when they do diff center upgrades, but I'm not sure if it's for the MFactory. There was no shims in the housing I took it out of, so I'm assuming it's going to be fine, and I guess I'll have a better idea once I do put it all back in there. But if anyone knows if that should be shimmed or anything, please let me know tomorrow. I'm going to use, obviously, the bearings that are on the MFactory one, the circlips that are on the MFactory that's come out of the other housing, because these are just a bit newer. They look a bit better condition than my original ones. Yeah, that's... You can see I wiped a little bit off there. It's just this black shit just caked on all of my things. Yeah, but that's going to be it. Look, sorry for the iPhone outro. Yeah, just battery went flat and things have taken a lot longer than they should have. I'm going to get this edited and uploaded in the next couple of hours, so it'll be about midnight, and hopefully you guys will see it in the morning. I have got the seals to pick up at 9 o'clock in the morning, and hopefully we'll have this all back in the car by lunchtime. So guys, if you made it this far, thank you very much for watching. I hope this video is not too chopped up. It might be a bit of a crazy one. But yeah, we're nearly there with the LSD and the Budget 335. I think I did do a bit of an update on the brakes at the start of this video. But yeah, there's more info on the brakes. It's just become a bit more of a mess. Anyway, thank you very much, guys. We'll catch you on the next one. Peace.